And welcome back to another video.
This is the finals for the July monthly of the old school 7-point Singleton.
Yep. The finals, we got, I believe, Max again versus JS.
Versus JS, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match, I think.
Trusty editor and overall make this come to life man.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. Both aggro decks, I believe. So here's JS's.
Yeah, green and red. Always a pretty nice combination.
Excuse me, it says red-green.
Red-green.
It's red-green, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Yeah, moving on.
We got, a lot of the classics.
It looks like the green-white deck, just without the white and the black and with red, which I kind of like more.
Yeah, I kind of like this a little more. I think it's a little bit more favored. You got the burn spells.
Because like you get your early on creatures that will put a bit of chip damage here, and then you finish off with your burn.
Yeah.
Whereas the white can't do that, so it's interesting.
I find the Ankh of Mitra an interesting choice. I probably would have maybe went the copper tablet route.
I can
just to get the...
So like I don't disagree entirely, but I can see the fear, right? Like if you did read the meta that there would be a lot of burn and aggro, you definitely don't want to be on copper tablet.
Yeah,
that's going to punish you really, especially if you're going to lose because you drew worse than your opponent. So
yeah,
the Ankh at least you can sort of control, right? Like if your opponent has to play lands, you may not need to. Maybe you got a lot of dorks, right? A lot of dorks.
Yeah, you got Elves of Deep Shadow, your Llanowars, your birds. I mean, even your vanilla creatures, your grizzly bears, your Ironclaw orcs.
Yeah. The Barbary apes are basically grizzly bears, right? 2 mana 2/2.
Yeah, exactly. We got a couple of couple of flyers.
Yeah, there was that Carekeep, Rock of Carekeep.
Yeah, Rock of Carekeep. We got the Gargoyle.
No Shivan in here, but that's okay. I'd be a little bit suspicious if there was a Shivan in the same deck as an Ankh of Mishra, because it would go against the idea of like you may not need to play your lands.
Yeah, I mean he's got like an interesting choice for some creature removal like Dwarven Catapult, which is not something you see played very often.
That's true. That's basically like a fireball or a disintegrate, but it's only for creatures.
Yeah, only for creatures. And yeah, I mean overall I think it's pretty well rounded. He's got some threats early on 1-drops.
I like Aeoli Pile quite a bit. It's a nice little 2 damage.
Yeah, any way to get damage in. Shatter, Artifact Blast.
Oh, what is Tracker? Tracker I don't recognize. Do you know Tracker?
Tracker? Wow, that's a card I haven't seen very often, actually. Or at all.
Tracker MTG. 2 and a green for a 2/2. Then you can pay 2 green and tap it, and Tracker does an amount of damage equal to its power to target creature. So it fights. Target creature does an amount of power equal to its power to Tracker. So in Modern Magic, it's called fight, right? So So for 2 and tapping, you can. So now, does he play anything? He's got Giant Growth to buff, but okay. I mean, this just is green-red aggro, I guess, right? So we'll see. We'll see how it fares versus Max's deck, which we saw in the last match was. At least drew very well, so it implies the cards are strong.
I mean, but just looking at this deck pick, you could tell right away that instantly a lot of threats, a lot of beefy creatures.
But it looks very similar to the green-red deck, or sorry, the red-green deck.
Yes.
from JS, because like if you think about it, if you just remove all these artifacts, the Shivan, the Earthquake, and you replace them with all the green dorks, and it's like a very similar deck. So
the only thing is I think JS's deck might do a little better because he has a lot of early drops, 1 and 2 drops, where this deck might be a little slower.
Just slower to start.
But once it gets started, it can be pretty hard to get through. So
Earthquake could be a
Earthquake. As we saw in the other video, just completely, can shift the tide and just.
Yeah, because it's notable, right? Like this isn't a burn mirror like the last match was. This is a burn deck versus an aggro deck, and aggro is very susceptible to earthquake effects.
Yeah, exactly. But he's got some draw spells, Ring of Renewal, Jim Tome. That nice mirror universe if he's falling a little bit behind. So I'm curious to see how this will play out between the two.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, is the red deck just favored? Like more
Red deck
consistent.
seems like the Singleton format is like the most powerful color.
Yeah, like I feel
So
like
I could see why people gravitate towards it because it just has a lot of everything.
yeah,
It has artifact removal, it has draw effects, it has burn spells, it has beefy creatures, it has like a lot of everything that you want.
So it's interesting because again, if you look at the green-red deck, there's not really much to do in terms of dealing with Shivan Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. There's
if-
not even a Maze of Ith. So
If Max can get to his Shivan Dragon again, I mean, the card's already proven to be the all-star of this tournament. Regardless of this game, I'm pretty sure it's clear.
I mean, going back to like red being all around, I mean, like it has Stone Rain just to get for land destruction, Fissure, just for removal, Falling Star. I mean, there's just so much.
Where's the Stone Rain?
Stone Rain.
No, I think that was the other red deck.
No, that was the other red deck. That's true. But just in general, like playing red in the Singleton format, there's a lot of answers.
Yeah.
And Power Surge, I just love that card so much. But I don't know how.
Yeah, for sure.
But we haven't seen it in play, so
Mana Flare again kind of favors both decks, right? Though JS is not playing it himself.
yeah. But I mean, he's got Hurricane, so that could be helpful for that, I suppose, and Fireball as well. So
Yeah. So I mean, I think I favor the red deck in this matchup, but I'm still think it's going to be a pretty interesting game.
Yeah,
Nonetheless,
I think
just
it's
Shivan could be just too strong. So.
yeah, I mean.
So we'll see what happens round one. Our players seem to have already shuffled up their decks and drawn their opening hands. Looks like a keep from JS.
We got Birds of Paradise, Desert, just a lot of.
Yeah, so he's gonna have his turn one dork into his grizzly bear.
Yep.
In the form of an ape and a mulligan from Max.
Mulligan for Max, understandably. I mean, we don't have much going on.
Yeah. But also, I don't know. Do you know if these are open deck lists or we never really had that, right? We never had open deck lists.
No,
So-
I don't think so.
It's not like they know what they're playing against.
I think the deck lists usually are number performing in the couple of monthlies I did, and the deck lists were only posted after the results were after the games were played and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Because I mean,
Yeah,
if you know what
that.
everyone's playing, you could kind of like
Yeah, it also discourages a bit of the spice factor, I think.
yeah. Although I've never been much of a spice person, I love watching decks playing spice, but to play it myself, I don't know.
That's it. Like I'm a brewer myself, but at the end of the day, I'm also quite spiky. So I just want to put the best cards in my. I want to brew, but I want to put the best cards in my brews.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's really a brew anyway. I don't know.
Okay, taking a mulligan. Shatter. That's a bit of a rough hand to keep because he's got Gem Day Tome and Shivan Dragon, which is already a 4 and a 6 drop.
Though if Max's experience in this event has been games are going to go to 7, 8, 9, 10 turns, I'll draw my 6 lands for my Shivan Dragon and I'll just win. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
I mean, right now he could play even for the Orcish Artillery. He has to wait for another mana source.
Oh, nice. So he's got a 2/2 and a 2/3. That's a pretty good turn. The Chaos Orb makes it so that it's not as amazing, but it's really strong.
Like he's coming in and he's like,
that's good stats on turn 2.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
The ape has +1, +2 now.
Yeah, +1, +2 for a forest. If there's a forest in play. It's a shame the Orcish Artillery wasn't the alpha misprint casting cost, which was 1 and 1 red versus 1 and 2 red.
Yeah, well,
can't have it all then.
Yeah.
So he could play it now, which he will, understandably. So
yeah, because it does deal with a creature, right? Like he could wipe the board next turn if he's got a burn spell in his hand too.
Well, we see a Shatter and a Shivan. So he's gonna block, I'm guessing.
Orcish is a 2/3, right?
Orcish is 2/3. The card's a 2/3 with the forest in play.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
There's that aioli pile shining.
Aioli pile, and this is like coming in for 2 damage.
No, you don't have haste.
No, you have to. Yeah.
Are we having?
I think they're having a rule discussion at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so settled. Jess was on that. I don't know. He was like,
yeah, no, yeah.
As soon as the card got tapped, he was right on that. It's good.
So good for Jess and
paying attention.
So.
Oh, he's got a handful of a lot of things.
Hey, like I sang earlier, you know, you got those expensive casting costs.
Yeah, but is there no fireball in that hand? Am I not seeing? I thought I saw a fireball.
I saw Shatter. Saw Shivan.
Alright.
Swing in.
Yeah, see, so like JS is doing the aggro thing. It's good. Like creature. You know, respond to the thing your opponent's doing. Creature. You know, so like he's doing what he has to do. Chaos Orb or not, Shivan Dragon or not, JS is doing exactly what he has to do.
I think he's playing, I believe, is that Disharmony?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to take control of the Card Ape. Gonna block.
Yeah, not bad. It doesn't kill the Card Ape, but it
doesn't kill the Card Ape,
but it's okay. It's okay.
One creature less to deal with.
Well, it's like 4 damage. He's not taking 2, right?
Yeah, that as well. So
it's like gain 4 life. It's not really, but sort of. It's kill a creature.
Yeah, exactly. So
then you untap on your turn.
Oh, okay. He's got the.
I can smash the Tome into play. Is that a Tome on his first card?
Yeah, Tome on his first card. I mean, there's not much. It's either that or he activates the Chaos Orb this turn.
I think you play the Tome.
Yeah.
You're at 18 life still. Okay, no. It's not what's happening. Like
I'd probably go 1 or 2 turns. Ooh, barely making.
It's okay. We got either a gentleman's play or it was actually active. I like the Tome there because I feel as though at 18 life, playing your Tome is you actually doing something.
Yeah. And
then you can untap with Tome in play and still Chaos Orb, whereas when you Chaos Orb, you take away your ability to make up. Like you're making a play, but you're not doing something, in my opinion.
Yeah. So he's playing a Scripts Right,
and that's the, what is that? Not Preacher. What's it called? What's that card? It's the one that fights. No. It's the one that fights. Tracker.
Oh, Tracker. Yes.
Yeah, it's the one that fights. Land? No.
Like I was, yeah. That's weird.
Max needed a land there.
Like such a strange card, Tracker.
So like had he played his Tome, had he played the Tome last turn and he drew a land this turn, he'd be able to activate Tome and destroy something. Whereas now that Tome is still in their hand, I mean he played a creature, Brothers of Fire,
yeah.
But
yeah.
Oh, nice. So he's gonna kill the Brothers of Fire.
He's gonna kill his creature.
But now notable that JS has no more hand. So, like, if they both draw lands off the top of their decks, then Max has a Shivan Dragon all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But you know, the damage is serious. He's on a 3-turn clock. The Script Sprite is dead.
He's going to use the Desert to kill the Script Sprite. Okay, so he's got the land. Playing the James Zone. But now he's got the...
How did Brothers of Fire get activated to kill the Script Sprite?
His Brothers of Fire didn't get activated to kill the Script Sprite. He used the Desert.
Oh, okay.
If Biff Afreet.
If Biff Afreet, yeah.
If Biff... like, some of these card names.
Yeah. If Biff, Ifrit.
I wonder what it was like.
4-mana 3/3 flyer.
Like some of these names for these cards, like who goes into the boardroom and be like, you know, it'd be a great name for a card, Aeoli Pile.
Well, hold on.
Let's just make people pronounce this card incorrectly, like 4,000 times. Okay, scooping up. Obviously realizing that he's not gonna be able to come ahead.
So JS takes the first game.
Yeah, JS takes the first game.
An Aeoli Pile, from the Greek, whatever the hell that is, also known as a hero's engine, is a simple, bladeless, radial steam turbine which spins when the central water... where's the damage in this? I stopped reading because I don't see any damage. I just see...
Exactly.
I just see water, which is a good thing.
No, it's just like... there's certain cards I question, like Island of Whack Whack. who do you get out that name from? You know.
Okay, but hold on. You're talking about a lot of Arabian Nights cards, which are based on the actual book, like the actual Arabian Nights book. So like those are, some author at some point came up with these.
How about Wood Elemental?
Yeah. Well,
okay, worst card arguably in old school.
Well, sometimes you have an erection while you're thinking about a card name, and you go,
hey, this channel is supposed to be PG. God damn it!
Yeah.
Stick to the commentary.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'll just see myself out.
See yourself out, please. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just experiencing some technical difficulties. With
Mark has been banned for a few minutes.
He's been put in the corner for 3 minutes. So players are now shuffling. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna favor probably JS in this. I mean, the curve is a little better. I'll say that then. Probably Maxim will somehow manage to drop a Shivan on turn 3 and then win.
Yeah, well, that's not like JS's deck. I think is in a position where you're kind of forced to curve out. So if you don't, we've got ourselves a mystery.
Fisher, Chain Lightning, Dragon Whelp, Mountain, Within Troll maybe.
Almost instantly beginning. Looked at his hand and put it right back.
Yeah. Well, when you know, you know.
Yeah.
And you just like,
this
is not going to go
also mulligan?
Not sure.
Yeah, I think I'm counting six cards in Max's hand. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, he took a mulligan as well, so...
He's got his 3 lands this time, so he'll be able to cast anything off of 1 more land pickup, but... So, sure, he's feeling good with this.
Well, usually when you have 3 lands in your opening hand, it's usually pretty good to...
Yeah, you're not relying on your next card to be a land, and you're bound to draw a land in the next 3 or 4 turns.
Yeah, so I can't tell you how many times I've had a land Mox and Ancestral and be like, I'll be fine, and then I just get totally wrecked. They'll draw a land for the next 6 turns and just get completely demolished.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because Ancestral Recall is Ancestral Recall. There's no downplaying how overpowered that card is.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you're drawing cards in a weaker format, you're not really, drawing anything impressive. You're still ahead, but you're not really drawing anything impressive. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, starting off with a Forest and also Deep Shadow.
Passed back, and we're just... No, that's a Chain Lightning. That's a Chain Lightning. That is a sorcery.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're going to say it's late in the night.
Yeah, we'll say they've had a couple of beers.
Yeah. I don't think it changes too much, right?
No, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he didn't play anything on his second turn, but... Like, if he has a 2-cost card he wants to use now, basically, then it becomes...
Is that the Thorn...
That's Thallid, I believe.
Thallid, yeah.
Thallid is... At the beginning of your upkeep, put a Spore counter on it, and you can pay 0 to remove a Spore counter and make a 1/1.
Okay, so he's got a Wall of Fire.
Oh, JS missing land drops.
Yeah, that's a little rough. Maybe he's probably, going back, probably depending a little bit on the Deep Shadow for a...
Uthin Troll.
Uthin Troll, very nice. Oh, and he's even got a Power Surge in hand. Love it. Chaos Orb.
Attack for 1 in the air.
Okay.
Ivory Tower, not the worst draw. Could be relevant, but I mean, you're not looking to do anything with that right now, so no reason to let your opponent know that you do have a way to gain life should it come down to that.
I wonder if I'd almost put in like the Power Surge.
Yeah, so I was gonna say the other reason why you might just play it is to make your opponent think it's relevant, and then they Chaos Orb that.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of distract them.
Now, can you activate the Thallid as much as you want, or is it just once per turn?
So JS thinking about...
You have to remove 3 Spore counters to put a 1/1 into play. That is significantly worse.
Played Timberwolves?
Yeah, it's a 1-mana 1/1 with bans?
Yeah, bans.
Or first strike.
I think it bans. I'm gonna say bans. Yeah, so that was, yeah. Yeah, because I was like, if it's only 1 Spore for a 1/1, it seems busted.
Yeah,
I think it would see a lot more play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't believe there are any red creatures, and JS is not a lie. That's a dirty, filthy lie. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. But, which is not that many, so like...
I think maybe you're the one that's had a couple
Well. I'm just saying, right, like, it's not... This card doesn't really help JS that much. It does. It's not completely dead for him, but it doesn't really help him that much. Like, his creatures are much...
about 5 creatures, maybe, that'll help him.
They're definitely a lot less impactful than the red creatures that Max wants to play.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so he's taking off a... He's putting a Spore counter. Or Spore token into play, I guess you could say.
They are Saprolings, perhaps?
Sapperling, yes.
Yeah, it's a Saproling. So yeah, we're in like a situation of JS has got a board, but they're all 1/1s. So one big thing, or Earthquake, my god.
My god, Earthquake would be so powerful. So he's gonna band.
Block as a band.
Block as a band, and then make the creature take all the damage. So the Timberwolf still stays on board.
Yeah.
Even
But no, wait a minute, isn't Uthin Troll a 3? What does Scotland and Mike do? You get +1/+1, no? So shouldn't the Uthin Troll be a 3/3? And therefore JS has to block with 3 creatures? With 3 creatures? He bans with them all?
I believe so.
Okay. It's possible. It's possible. They were all touching each other, so
Yeah.
it's very likely.
Maybe we missed something there. It's possible we made a mistake on our end, so...
No, it's okay to say we missed something. It's not okay to say we made a mistake.
It's okay, JS will just cut this
yeah,
out.
cut
Cut out of the video!
Yeah.
Ball of Fire. So he's just probably gonna block.
Yeah, I guess you block the token.
Yeah, the one that makes the tokens.
Yeah.
And, interesting. Seems like there's a bit of an interaction going on here. Discussion of...
Is it related to the Chaos Orb?
I'm not sure. If he's saying in response, I'll...
Oh yeah, maybe he wants to, like, in response to blockers, activate the Chaos Orb.
Not like if you're attacking and he blocks and you say in response, I activate Chaos Orb.
Well, it looked like he said, okay, damage is fine, and then said, oh wait, can we actually go back? That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a debate over whether or not they missed something and therefore it's justified to go back, or whether JS is just trying to be like, hey dude, this is casual, can I just go back? I don't know. I have no idea.
No, when it's a tournament, no casual.
No casual.
Only death.
Yeah.
So it seems like he's gonna go for the flip. Gets it.
So his creature stays alive as a result. Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. Maybe he just says, "Oh,
How big is the wall of fire?
not 100% certain. I think it's 0.4,
0.5.
0.5
With fire breathing. So pretty good. Fire breathing being the one red for +1/+0. Okay, Dragon Whelp serves as a body. Blocks the flyer.
Gets a +1/+1 from the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Okay, Curd Ape. So not only is it a 2/3, it's a 3/4 now.
Now there's one of the cards that is affected, yeah.
So can be quite problematic for Max. I mean, if he doesn't get this, if he doesn't come ahead in the board state. Okay, drew a lightning bolt. Excellent, excellent card.
Yeah, I mean... Okay, you hit the red, yeah. Lightning Bolt is pretty crucial against an aggro deck, for sure. And it's even more impactful in the situation where your one guy outshines almost everybody else on the board, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So... Definitely a feels
good. He's
good
going to
draw.
use the bolt on...
Maybe the 8? Or the flyer. Interesting. Maybe flyer. I mean, flying... No.
Because even
Flying
if he
is-
attacks...
yeah.
Yeah. Because he attacks...
Oh, he wants to get through with his own creature instead of holding it back as a blocker. Maybe he feels like his clock is better with his birds. Oh no, he just used the lightning bolt.
Yeah, he uses the lightning bolt to get rid of this curse, right? So the dragon whelp could get through.
There's actually an interesting thing that Benoit pointed out to me about Dragon Whelp's art. It's hatching from an egg, but it has a belly button. So that doesn't make sense.
Oh, what a way to ruin the... Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
it's factually incorrect.
Just for the record.
Sorry, folks. Enjoy the video. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
By the way, we're just going to ruin art magic for you. Okay, so he's stripping Mountain from Max, probably not wanting his Dragon Whelp to be pumped for a finishing move, I'm guessing. So... Can't tell what he drew.
Granite Gargoyle?
I think so, eh? Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, looks like a Granite Gargoyle. So, I mean, it's good to have all these... I like these cards that pump themselves, and it's nice.
Yeah, especially in a format like this, I think it's really crucial. Be nice to see...
Like, I'm gathering from these matches that it's better to be proactive in this format, as in, like, you want to be attacking more than holding back blockers. So the Granite Gargoyle, which gives only, like, +0/+2, doesn't match with that plan of being aggressive. But it's not irrelevant, because there has been a lot of combat happening in all these matches.
Yeah,
so,
it's a super... I mean, this format's, like, super creature-based... Obviously,
yeah. So like the Wall of Fire also makes sense, although I don't know if it's like, I don't know if you necessarily always play that card, but it does make sense. Like, I can see the logic behind it, anyways. At the very least, I can see the logic.
I mean, if I had to play Wall of Fire versus Wall of Stone, I'd probably choose the Wall of Fire because it can pump.
Wall of Sword is the best one, right?
That's the white one, right? The 3/5 flyer, I believe.
Or like it stops Sarah Angel in its tracks.
Yeah. Oh, the Power Surge. Now this is going to be interesting.
So Power Surge deals damage for unused mana?
So for every untapped mana, so like it's at the beginning of your turn, for every tapped land you have, it deals 1 damage.
And you can't just tap your lands because Mana Burn exists.
Mana Burn exists, so... Or if you have like stuff to pump,
Yeah.
you know.
So Jace might just be conceding here because he just played a land just takes 3 damage just automatically from the power surge if it doesn't do anything, and then...
Yeah, so Power Surge, love that card, played with it in the past.
Yeah, Alpha Decks, right?
Alpha Decks, I tried a old school deck, but it's a bit slow.
Yeah.
In old school. I think it does a little better in decks like this or like restricted formats like X points, maybe 1.5, etc.
Yeah. Just a fun fact, a side note. It's all fun in games, so it doesn't actually matter, but don't go to tournaments and do what Max just did. I'm pretty sure it's not legal to, is that mana weaving? Like land card after a game? I think I think you're not supposed, or at least it's not encouraged. There's like in like a sanctioned tournament, they don't want you to doing that or whatever.
I never really put much thought into it because I never played sanctioned tournaments, but I'm guessing.
Well, there are people. Even if it's like a fun fact, curiosity, tidbit. There's also like, it depends who you're playing against too. Some people are so intense, like they'll just look for any reason to call a judge on you. Like you're just over there innocently doing a thing you've done your whole life because whatever, it's all random anyways, right, so to speak.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I know like mana weaving is, I think, illegal. I just don't know if that necessarily was.
Yeah, I mean, you know, then again, this is old school. You know, it's casual.
Yeah. No, it's not even a thing. Like, I'm only thinking about it because I've played in tournaments, and I've been in that situation where people next to me are doing it and they're talking about it.
Yeah. So we saw like Ivory Tower, Library, a bunch of good cards, a bunch of good opening hands from both players. Thalon making another appearance, and Max having a Loa on turn 1.
Library of Alexandria has won every game we've seen Max play with it, where it's been turned on.
Especially with a, like, Ivory Tower.
Oh, yeah.
You could just really get up there in the numbers, like, for at least 3 or 4 turns as you start slowly building your mana base. Then you just start,
So he played the Ivory Tower right away because 8 cards, down to 6. Gain 2, but go back to 7. So the library is still active. That's a Chaos Orb. Chaos Orb deals with library.
Yes. So I wonder what's JS's plan. Like, is he feel inclined to attack the library, which probably is the case?
I think you have to.
Yeah.
I think you have no choice because, especially when your opponent's got the Ivory Tower in play too, like, it's gonna get out of hand on 2 fronts.
Yeah.
And as much as aggro isn't burn, it still plays burn and does burn things. So like you gotta have your opponent at a low health. You can't. Both those cards are too much. He could kill the Ivory Tower if he cares more about the life gain, but
no, I think obviously the Loa is probably the better call.
I think he might be actually discussing that right now, which one to take to hit.
Because right now, JS is down to, 3 cards in hand?
Yeah, because theoretically speaking, every damage that Thalid does gets outweighed by 1 or 2, depending on if he uses the Pendelhaven. So, like, I attack you for 1 or 2, you gain 3 life every turn you're outpacing me.
Yeah.
But if I just play 1 more creature, I don't know. Alright.
Yeah, okay. So
library is, which makes sense, right? Like, it's a discussion, but it's pretty, at the end of the day, obvious. I think you take the library. So, off with its head. Though I say that, and I'm actually an advocate for keeping library unbanned and low on point systems.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's really high in the point systems for a lot of these formats because
it's a very unpopular opinion that I hold, but most people in old school want to see it gone.
I love the card.
Yeah,
it's not doing it. It's not hurting anyone. Relax, people.
Yeah. Well, it's just great because, like,
I can see the argument maybe for Mind Twist.
Yeah, but even then, yeah, like the number of games that people just actually misplay the cards and don't win, just even though it's whatever. We don't have to get into it. It's old as time itself.
I can see. I can already hear the pitchforks coming.
Yeah.
People are like, "Wait a minute."
It's good. My door is locked, so we're fine.
That's okay.
I've been watching a lot of Walking Dead, so I'm ready for the onslaught of.
I was going to my Jeep. I'll drive into the woods. I'll see you in 30 days.
Yeah.
In the next video.
Yeah.
Send me a smoke signal when you're ready.
Yeah. Oh, we got a. Interesting. So maxed up at 27. What's one? That's the Thallid.
The Thallid.
And the Sapphire token.
Okay, that's a Sapphire.
Yeah, Max choosing violence, which he has to. So again, he's doing what he has to do.
So he's pumping it.
Yeah, but again, it's crazy because Max just draws any 2/2 and he's all of a sudden got the whole board on lockdown again.
So he's just drawing, he's just gaining life, gaining life, gaining life.
Ooh, Mana Flare? Can you afford Mana Flare?
I think he's just getting life points until he sees like a real threat on board.
Yeah, that's true, right? Because like I was saying before, right?
Because you start getting like 30, 33, 36.
Yeah.
Now you have to start respecting the board state a little bit.
Well, with the Pendulum Haven, it'll always negate the Ivory Tower.
Yeah.
Now, so it's like 3 damage here, 3 damage there, or 2 damage. Maybe life only 2 points of life.
I think he added 1 point too many. Was it 24 and went up to 28 for some reason?
He was at 27, lost 3. Yeah, that makes
so he should
sense.
be at 27 instead.
Yeah, so he's feeling comfortable, right? Like he knows he's gaining life at a pace that it makes JS's creatures non-threatening for the time being. So he's just developing his board, play the gauntlet.
Yeah, he figures he could buy himself a few more turns at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Because even for me, even with the creatures on board, I would just be like, fine, I'll just build my board state. Then when I'm ready to put these creatures on,
for sure.
You know, it's nice that you have your.
I mean, honestly,
Elvish Archer and all this stuff, but then you slam like a Shiv and the Archer doesn't seem so good anymore.
And honestly, I feel like even if you don't like Stasis, I feel it's very important to at least pilot the deck a few times, because that deck teaches you just how low you can allow yourself to go with creature attacks. You can take damage for a significant amount of turns. Now, that deck is geared for that, so if you want to, remove one more turn of attacks that you'll normally allow, but the point being that it teaches you the discipline that, like, yeah, I can take 4, 6, 8 damage, develop my board a little bit, and then I'll deal with your creatures.
I think there was a point in time in the 90s where people started to realize that life was like a resource.
Oh yeah, well, Necropotence is the card, right?
Yeah,
it got the worst grading when it was printed, and then somebody realized that, oh wait, as long as I have 1 life, I can still win the game.
Yeah. And I think that really changed the mindset.
Oh, yeah.
And I think ever since that point was when, so like you said, just learning to use your life as a resource. And so you don't have another turn.
Yeah.
The same way like when you play Twittervolt and you're using Sylvan.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like,
extremely,
pay 8, draw.
Extremely aggressive, yeah.
Extremely aggressive with the life. So going back to using his life as a resource. I mean, he's still at 25 life.
Yeah, like so much has happened, and he's still above the starting life total.
So yeah,
probably feels good.
So right now, I'm like what I'm seeing. He's just being patient.
Yeah,
he's waiting to see what JS plays on the board.
And like even if JS's attacks outweigh the life gain by 1 damage, that's still a 25 turn clock, and you're gonna draw your Earthquake.
Yeah, at some point, something's gonna happen. Looks like a Disintegrate.
Wait, is there an Earthquake? Yes, of course there is.
Yeah.
Disintegrate doesn't fireball, but it's it's okay. No artifacts for that detonate.
So both players just patiently like thinking. Max is in a bit of a position because, I mean, he's got quite a bit of mana with the Gauntlet. So he could do, like, you know, he could do a significant amount of damage. Unfortunately, it's not a fireball because he could just clear the board state.
Yeah.
Just go whoosh. Just destroy everything in one shot.
I think he can afford to start with that fissure. Just take off one creature off the board. Just do it. I mean, I don't know, like, what he needs to worry too much about. Like, it's not the best use of the card. I agree. But, gotta do something. And I think if you're gonna use Disintegrate or Fissure here, you use the Fissure.
Yeah, probably the better of the two.
Yeah.
Unless he's trying to...
He may also just say go for one more turn. Yeah.
Yeah, to see if he drops anything at this point.
Okay. One more Sapperling. Aioli pile. A bit of a glare, but it's an Aioli pile.
Yep.
So JS, I'm noticing in this matchup, has been low on cards in his hand in all the games. Okay, one of those Sapperlings was made on the end step, so it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus Pendelhaven, 6. So we're falling to 18. Or not. Pendelhaven wasn't used?
I guess he decided not to, no?
Well, it's tapped though.
Interesting. So, I wonder if he's gonna just burn the hell out of everything. Just.
Yeah, I mean, his hand isn't that impressive, despite his board suggesting that he's in a threatening position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he really needs to draw Fireball or Earthquake.
Well, Fireball would just, like, reset the clock.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the Fissure last turn. Fissure, like, you just... Because last turn it was only 2 damage, now it's 4 damage, next turn it'll be 6 damage that you're saving,
yeah.
Right?
Okay, deciding to do nothing. Should probably get him maybe tough out one more turn. Hopefully he could...
Oh, that's a Scavenger Folk. That kills Artifact.
That does stuff. Now he might be inclined to use the Disintegrate on that. Just to...
Yeah. But no haste, so Max will have 1 turn.
Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Did he take 6 damage? Is it 6? No, because he used a Pendelhaven.
Yeah, I don't really understand. I mean, he might have gained a life from the upkeep, so he only reduced by 5.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's got 6 cards in hand, so he would have gained 1.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's got some answers. He's gonna have to start doing something at some point. I mean...
Okay, so he fissures that, and then he'll be able to untap and block with the, what's that red card called there, where you take a creature, you untap?
Disharmony?
Disharmony, yeah.
Yeah.
So he can, the Elvish Archer has first strike, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so he can't kill that. But still, he could, like, he can kill 2 of the 1/1s, the Sapperlings, if they should attack, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Tracker. It's not doing much in terms of its ability, but it's still a 2/2, which is more stats on board, right?
Yeah. So he's probably asking which one are you doing Pendelhaven? He's probably like...
Well, so but that's the thing. It's not a good question. That's a misleading question because that's not how it works. It's I declare attacks, I declare blocks, and then before damage, I pump. So if Max is asking JS to pick a person to pump right now, it's like JS can just say nothing. right? Then wait for blocks, so that Max has to use his card, declares his blocker, and then JS picks a different creature with the Pendelhaven. So JS is under no obligation to activate that Pendelhaven. He cannot get got by Max's combat trick. But it looks like that's what's happening, which is unfortunate. So I hope it doesn't go that way. It looks like that's what happened. Yeah, no. Because that also translates now. With that being the case, he can now kill the Elvish Archer.
Well, no, the Elvish Archer still is...
No, because the creature that gets +1/+2 won't die to the Archer, and then it will kill the Archer. Yeah, you see, like that's what's happening. He's gonna take that, and he's gonna probably block the... Yeah. So this like shouldn't be happening. There's no reason to activate that Pendelhaven.
Yeah, it's... Yeah. I'll have to agree with that. I mean...
Yeah, so now he's forced to AoE pile his own creature just to not lose the Archer, and this and that and other things. So
yeah.
I am by no means saying that was an intentional mislead, but Max asking that question before the proper sequence of how the timing works in the game definitely led to JS getting punished hard.
But hopefully from these mistakes that we can learn from them, and then for like future references, because sometimes I'm sure there's like mistakes every day being made.
I'm curious to hear from JS if we were wrong. So he just had like a major disintegrate. Is that what just happened?
Yeah, he just popped out the disintegrate.
Because the land's tapped for 3 or something, right? Between the gauntlet and
exactly. So
7 times 3 is 21 minus 1 is 20.
Yeah. You got.
So yeah, sometimes you have lands that tap for 3. Now, like, that wouldn't have changed anything, right? If the combat thing that happened previous turn, you still would have lost at the. So it's not like that. So like already I knew it wasn't an intentional mislead by Max, but this further like illustrates that it was clearly not intentional, because even without that combat stuff, Max was still just going to win.
Yeah,
with the Disintegrate, so it didn't matter.
Well, I think based from this monthly, we saw Red just absolutely dominating.
The format is
Red based, 100%.
No Shivan Dragon, but it's okay. Like in this matchup, in this last game, but it's okay. Like it was still pretty clear. I think JS's deck put up a good fight, though.
Yeah, I think it did.
So I think that was a good matchup, even though the way it turned out. And I hope everyone had a good time. It was really fun matches, good stuff to see, and always interesting cards in Singleton formats. So
yeah, we had a good time, and we hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please like and subscribe.
There's always next time too for the videos.
Yep.